So here we go, boys. Here we go. This is the here we go that I've been asking for so long. We are here with the MiG-25, man. One of my favorite aircraft of all time. I mean, I gotta put it probably in a second position because I just love the MiG-21 so much. And the 29, but yeah, I think this goes beyond the 29, right? On the list. Guys, this is the MiG-25 Foxbat. It's the amazing interceptor from the Cold War that I've been asking for so long. Years and years that I've been asking for this aircraft, that I've been talking about this aircraft. There are actually plenty of very old videos of mine asking for this thing. And it is finally here, guys. And it is amazing. It is amazing. So we're gonna test it out a little bit of the performance first, and then we're gonna talk about everything else. But yeah, guys, first of all, the first test that I need to do is a climb and max speed test. I need to do this. I already did some meddling with it, but yeah, look at this climb, man. 15,000 meters. And I gotta say, there is a very interesting thing about this aircraft. This thing is not made to be flying slow. It is not. It feels like it is nothing that you have to worry about. Look at that, Mach 1.8, it's losing a lot of speed, gaining a lot of altitude, but it's okay, right? But wait, guys, I need to be faster. This is not the best speed for these engines. This is not. This is actually pretty bad for these engines. The speeds that these engines like to actually produce thrust are way higher than this. So let me get a little bit more speed. And while we do so, look at this cockpit. Oh my god, it looks so good. It has even the radar there, which is pretty good. Very cool. I mean, this looks amazing, man. Oh my god, this thing is just... I love this thing. You have the little cap there that you can pull to protect yourself from the sun. The cockpit looks amazing. It's just... oh my god, guys. The videos, by the way, might take a little bit of time to get out because... I don't know if you posted it, but I'm posting on 2K because I got a new monitor finally, right? So, more FPS in general, right? More hertz, right? And more quality on the videos as well. So it takes a little bit more time rendering and a little bit more time for YouTube to check the video. But yeah, look at this, guys. It feels that it's slow, doesn't it? But then look at this. Look at the acceleration. Look at the acceleration, man. It's starting to get faster. When it's close to Mach 2, this thing hauls, man. It just hauls. It just goes. So for now, it's not as fast as you might think. But the faster we go, the faster it will get faster. Okay? The acceleration increases, which is insane to fly. It feels almost wrong, right? Look at this. The maps are not ready for this aircraft. Or rather, this aircraft is not ready for the maps that we have in the game. You do have your flares and countermeasures on the wing, which is pretty great. It's just like a super MiG-23. Look at the speed, man. It's gaining speed very fast. Mach 2. And we can go 1,000 kilometers faster than this. And remember, guys, there are some things that people, you know, according to some Wikipedia pages and stuff, there are some misconceptions about this aircraft. This aircraft is not an F-104. It does like to turn, okay? Just normally fast. So you will see how it works later. And it likes to fly fast. It doesn't overheat its engines, okay? And the problem with max speed was overheating everything else. Not the engines themselves, but the canopy and everything with that. It could melt the canopy of how fast this thing could actually go. And the wings, I don't think they should be... you will see. They are getting broken at Mach 3, but... it should be, the aircraft shouldn't be able to go faster than around Mach 3, this version specifically, rather than the wings breaking. That's a little bit of a different thing that happens, according to the sources that I have. Some books and some, military journalists. But anyway, guys, it doesn't matter. Look at the speed. While I was talking, almost Mach 3. We already passed the maximum normal operation speed of the aircraft. So we are getting closer to the Mach 3. And of course, everything's work in progress. So, yeah, it might take a little bit of time for them to actually fix everything. But look at this, man. Mach 3, man. Mach 3. Yeah, and then the wings break. So, in real life, it would be more like the aircraft wouldn't break, it just wouldn't be able to accelerate too, like, much from that. The RBs in Egypt could get to Mach 3.2, but there are some things to consider there. But yeah, so Mach 3 is the perfect max speed. Okay, don't go above it because you will actually break your wings. Another thing that I wanted to test with you guys, it is the turning capability of this thing. This is another misconception about this aircraft, that it is a brick. Well, it is a brick, but it's not as a big brick, like as big of a brick as you might think. It is actually okay. I mean, it's gonna lose a dogfight against anything that it faces, literally anything. But it's not like it's, you know, unflyable of how bricky it is. If it turns way better than something like an F-104, I would say, right? So let's get to like 900 kilometers per hour or 800, and you will see that, yeah, it does turn, see? I mean, I have a feeling that it is the numbers that most journalists talk about, 9 Gs, okay? So it is the turn that I think it should have. More than this, it would be maybe too much. There are some tests that they did that it pulled 11 Gs and then they basically wrecked the aircraft a little bit. So I would imagine that overload at 9 Gs, it's pretty alright actually. It's what it should be. So you can see that it's a bricky aircraft, but not as big as of a brick as you might think. I'm gonna do some tests against other aircraft later with some friends, okay? But yeah, and it has an enormous amount of energy retention. Let's see the maximum speed in lower air, like, yeah. According to these same sources, it should be faster, but it doesn't matter too much. You're not gonna fly low with this thing. It's just, yeah. So it's an aircraft that has its problems, but it's not as bad as you might think, guys. It's actually going to be, I think, competitive. So let's talk about some of the other things. We're gonna return to the hangar, talk a little bit there, and then we can return here to test out the missiles. Because we need to talk a little bit about the avionics and everything. I mean, look at this thing. Look at this thing. It's so beautiful. So 10.7 BR, I honestly believe it should be like an 11.0 or something like that, or 11.3 even. You do have your Sapphire 25, so this is the radar that is based off of the technology used on the MiG-23ML, right? But bigger. So it has a little bit more range, 63 kilometers. Bigger targets, it will obviously do more than that. This is for more a medium, like, fighter size target. For bombers, it will be able to see, I mean, we don't have bombers at these BRs, but if you would see a B-52, it can get up to like 80, 90, maybe even 100 if it's like an AWACS or something like that, right? So it depends on the size of the target. Smaller targets as well, like an F5, it should be worse than 63 kilometers. The engines produce an enormous amount of thrust, 103 kilonewtons. We're going to talk about this later in a performance video or something like that. And of course, you have the SPO-10, which is a very common RWR that it's not very good, but it is a very common RWR for such an aircraft, okay? It looks amazing, of course. Again, I need to say, these are the modifications. And of course, you have flares and chaff, 64 of them, which go in the wing over here. And then we have some missiles. So we have the R-40 TDs, which are IR-guided all-aspect long-range missiles. We have the RDs, which are, long-range radar missiles. And then we have the R-60M as well, which is a missile that I think you should be able... I mean, you need to use these missiles. You need to take it because you don't have a gun. Remember, you don't have a gun. So R-40s, together with R-60s, I think is the perfect... basically the perfect one for us to use here. Let me show both of the new missiles, of course, because the R-60, you already know what it is. And yeah, let's do some tests over here as well with the missile. Dove does have some flaps as well, but I'm pretty sure it will be broken very easily if you're not careful. I wouldn't... Yeah, it has a safety limit, see? It automatically, got up. I would try to use this thing with these missiles instead of anything else, because with the RDs, right? Because the IRs, they don't have IR CCM, but the TDs can be used as well depending on situation. I don't know what will be the best loadout. And guys, think about, this is not an aircraft for anybody, okay? This is an aircraft that it will require a very specific playstyle. Okay, so yeah, the radar, as you can see, is getting the target, and of course we fire the missile. As you see, burns to the sides there. Let me take off the afterburner before I break my wings. And it has a pretty good energy. We're gonna have to actually check it out on StatShark and other things, but it does have some pretty good energy on these missiles. Yeah, pretty good, man. Ah, the guy's so good to see this thing. The other missile fell short. In a cold aspect, of course, so it's a little bit more problematic. This one, I think he will get it. It's a 20G missile, okay? So it's not a very, like, big missile in the terms of turning capability. But it does have a pretty big payload. And it is all aspect. So let's just see over here if we can get a lock. You also have an IRST, as you see. 4 kilometers. Okay. Yeah, but it turns very well, I think. Very low smoke, I gotta say. Very low smoke. Let's try to actually do kind of a long-range shot with this thing. 32 kilometers. I mean, this thing will have an enormous amount, and we will be testing soon, okay, guys? The capabilities of these missiles and everything properly. I just want to... Yeah, 26 kilometer shot. Pretty fast missile, very short burn time. But it's a good missile, guys. I think, honestly, it feels very much similar to something like an R-24, but just bigger. That's kind of the feeling. I think he might miss there. I don't think he will have the energy for this. This is a more long range on the terms of high altitude firing missile as well, so... Yeah, see? I mean, it's not gonna get that target for sure. So, it's something that you have to worry about. And this is the first look that I have with the MiG-25, guys. There will be a lot of videos about the MiG-25, so don't get me wrong, but I prefer to do a lot of videos testing, you know, multiple perspectives than just one video that has 1 hour testing everything, okay? So, this is the first video, of course, but be aware, we will be testing more stuff with the MiG-25. We'll be testing max altitude, performance, dogfights. Not dogfights. Maybe dogfights a little bit, but in the terms of 1v1s against some aircraft as well. So, yeah, just bear that in mind, okay? And this is the MiG-25, the new, probably, event vehicle. I'm pretty sure they didn't confirm, I don't think. But it is going to be one, I think. So, yeah, very, very cool. Ah, amazing, man. I can be looking for this, like... Where were you, MiG-25, when I needed you? But, yeah. See you guys on the next one. Make sure to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. Join the Discord down in the description. And bye. Become a member and a patron as well.